Hi students, in this video we are going to discuss the exercise 7.2. Question number 1, integrate 2x by 1 plus x square. We are going to solve these questions by substitution method. Take the denominator and assume it as a variable. Here we are using t. Instead of x, you can use any other letters as the variable. Here it is not a constant. Differentiate with respect to x on both sides. Constant will be 0 and x square will be 2x. T will be dt by dx. Cross multiply this dx. This means we are going to substitute all the terms in x in terms of t. Okay, so that is what we have assumed it here. Same way for the derivatives also. So 2x into dx is equal to dt. In place of 2x into dx, we are going to replace it as dt by 1 plus x square as t. When we integrate this, we get log t, and we have to express the final answer in terms of x. Whatever we have taken as t, substitute it back. So log of 1 plus x square plus c is the final answer. Question number 2, integral log x the whole square by x dx. In this question, if you take the denominator as t, when you differentiate, you will be getting dx is equal to dt. For log x, we don't have in terms of t to substitute and to integrate. So what we are going to do is, don't take the denominator as t, take the numerator, that is log x. Don't use this degrees, just take this log x as t. So let log x equal to t. When you differentiate with respect to x on both sides, log x derivative is 1 by x and t derivative is dt by dx. As usual, express x terms to one side and t terms to one side. When we cross multiply, we get dx by x. In place of dx by x, we are going to substitute dt. In place of log x, it is t, and we have power 2. This becomes integral t square dt. And integration, when we integrate, power gets increased by 1. So this 2 will become 3. The final answer in terms of x, that is log x. Log x the whole cube by 3 plus c is the final answer. When we are taking the term as t, check whether we get the derivative for the other part. If you are going to take the denominator as t, when you differentiate, you should get numerator. Or if you are taking numerator as t, check whether you are getting the denominator as derivative. Or else we cannot solve the question properly. Question number 3, integral 1 by x plus x log x dx. In this question, before integrating, try to simplify the terms. Okay, because here we have x in both the terms. Yeah? Try to take x as common. That will be 1 plus log x. Now we take one term as t. As usual, we take log x term as t. So 1 plus log x as t. When we differentiate with respect to x on both sides, this will be 0. Log x will be 1 by x. T will be dt by dx. When we cross multiply, this will be dx by x. In place of dx by x, we replace it as dt 1 by 1 plus log x as t. So integral of dt by t is log t, and t we have taken it as 1 plus log x. So log of 1 plus log x plus c is the final answer. Question number 4, integral sine of cos x into sin x dx. Here try to take the argument part as t. If we take the argument part as t, when we differentiate, we get minus sin x, and t will be dt by dx. When we cross multiply, in this question we have only the positive terms. So take this negative to the other side, and dx and x terms to one side. So sin x dx will be minus dt. So for this term, we replace it as minus dt and cos x as t. So that becomes sin t minus integral of sin t dt. When we integrate this sin t, we get minus cos t, and coefficient of t is 1. So by 1, if you write or not, that is not a problem here. Minus and minus becomes plus, and in place of t, it is cos x. So cos of cos x plus c is the final answer. So these kind of questions if you get, try to simplify, like if the arguments are same, okay, then we have to use the trigonometric formulas to simplify. Then we have to use the substitution method or the direct way to integrate. Or if we have different arguments and different functions, try to take the argument as t and check whether the derivative you can substitute as dt. Then you can integrate as usual. Next is question number 5. Integral sine of ax plus b into cos of ax plus b dx. If you check the argument, both will be same. And if you use the substitution method directly, it will be difficult to integrate. So what we do is, we try to use the trigonometric formula, sine x cos x. Yeah. So first let us multiply and divide by 2. So this division we don't need. So since it is a constant, we take outside of the integral. So 2 sine x cos x form. In place of x, we have ax plus b. That's the only difference we have. And formula is 2 sine x cos x is sine 2x. And here we have ax plus b in place of x. So we replace this as sine 2 of ax plus b. Okay. This integration becomes sine 2 of ax plus b dx. Now we try to use this argument as t. We are assuming ax plus b as t. When we differentiate both sides with respect to x, we get a and b are constants. So when we differentiate x, we get 1, and dt by dx. We don't have a part in this integration. Take this a to the right side. So dx will be dt by a. So wherever we have dx, we replace it as dt by a. Again, it is a constant, we take it out. Already 2 we have, so 1 by 2a dt, and 2 into, ax plus b, write it as t. So sine 2t dt. This 1 by a we have written outside. Integration of sine is minus cos. So minus cos 2t. The coefficient of t is 2. So by 2 plus c. Multiply the plus and minus. Replace t. So it will be ax plus b minus 1 by 4a cos 2 into ax plus b plus c. This is the final answer. Next is question number 6. Integral root of ax plus b dx. Try to take the inside terms as t. That is, ax plus b is equal to t. When we differentiate both sides with respect to x, here a and b are constants. So a into x derivative is 1 plus b is 0 dt by dx. We don't have a here in the integration part. This becomes dx is equal to dt by a. So wherever we have dx, we replace it as dt by a. A is constant, I am writing outside of the integral, and ax plus b as t, root t, I am writing it as half. For integration, we add plus 1. So half plus 1, these things you do it in the rough. For sure, we will be missing here the calculations. Calculate properly and write. When we take the LCM, it will be 3 by 2. So 1 by a, t power 3 by 2, the whole power 3 by 2. As we have the fraction in the denominator, we write it as the reciprocal. So 2 by 3a, in place of t it is ax plus b, the whole power 3 by 2 plus c. This is the final answer. Question number 7. Integral x into root of x plus 2 dx. As usual, the inside terms. Let x plus 2 equal to t. When we differentiate, this becomes 1, this becomes 0. When we cross multiply, dx is equal to dt. So dx part, we write it as dt. X plus 2, it is root t. I am writing it as t per half. So what we have to do for x? Do we have a separate term for x here? No. What we do is, from this equation, find what is x. Take this plus 2 to the other side. So x is equal to t minus 2. So that is what we are going to replace. replacing all the terms of x as t. Now multiply t per half inside. So already power 1, if you don't mention any in the power, 1 plus half as same base, we add the powers. So t power 3 by 2 minus 2 into t per half dt. Now split this into two integrals. So integral t power 3 by 2 dt minus 2 into integral t per half dt. As I already told, the power gets increased. So 3 by 2 plus 1. Take the LCM. That will be 5 by 2. So t power 5 by 2 the whole by 5 by 2 minus 2 into here 1 by 2 plus 1. That is 3 by 2. T power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 the whole plus c. Taking the reciprocals, replacing t as x plus 2. So 2 into x plus 2 the whole power 5 by 2 the whole by 5 minus 2 into this 3 by 2 reciprocal 2 by 3 into x plus 2 the whole power 3 by 2 plus c. Check whether any term is getting cancelled or multiply and write the numbers properly. So 2 into x plus 2 the whole power 5 by 2 by 5, 2 to the 4 by 3, x plus 2 the whole power 3 by 2 plus c. This is the final answer. Expressing t in terms of x in the final step.